Yes, exactly. Monster Hunter Art Work Monday. It totally just rolls off the tongue, right? Yinzi! Oh my god. Yinzi is here. Yeah, like, it's kind of hot today, and I'm just going for about 3 hours because my partner is going to visit family, and I'm going to be on solo parent duty for the evening. So I'm not going to try to stream through that because it's just chaos. Um, and I don't feel like playing a game right now, and I have work to do, so I'm going to do work instead. 'Cause I'm going to be responsible, kind of. Hell yeah, ditching the office. On a Monday? Sick. You don't got time for that. You got streams to watch. Yeah, fuck being in an office. In this economy, ugh. Blast the stream in the office, make everybody watch it. Blast a different kind of stream in the office. Piss. Thank you. I made them myself. Although the color shifting thing was actually an idea that I figured out through Skelly, who did something similar. I was like, that's badass, I'm gonna do that too. Because I totally forgot that you can make animations with assets in VTube Studio. I'll show you. I can't wait until they have these hotkeyable. I can be a sicko now. See, I'm a sicko. Like the meme. I did it. You can't really see the shirt though. Now you can kind of see the shirt. See? I'm a sicko. It says sickos. It's cool. It's cool to me. It might not be to other people, but that's fine. But that's for special occasions. There's too much stuff on the screen right now, so we're gonna get rid of that. Like I said, I have work to do, so we need to do, like, actual work. I managed to finish some commissions over the weekend. I'm trying to keep up that momentum. Art Fight is coming. And if you don't know what Art Fight is, it is a yearly event that happens in July where basically you quote unquote fight other artists by basically selecting a character that they've uploaded and drawing art of that character that is an attack. And then other people can do the same to you. And like, you don't actually win anything, you don't lose. It's just a fun kind of like art trading thing that happens every year. And so that's coming up next month, and I am woefully unprepared for it, as I always am every year. So, as always, I'm probably just going to try my best to get as many done as I can, but I also need to take commissions because I need money. So we'll see how that goes. Fart fight, yeah, exactly. Like those Japanese illustrations of people like with a cone of fart blasting like a cat into the air or whatever. Some of the most amazing art I've ever seen. I wish I thought of it first. Alright, so I guess we're just doing this kind of like simple athletic wear kind of outfit. I wasn't instructed to do anything different, so I'm just gonna go with that. What, art fight sounds horrifying? I like it. I think it's fun. But it is time consuming. And if you have other things you need to be spending time on. Oh, what was the art I was describing? What was I describing? I already forgot. Oh, the Japanese art, yeah. I can pull it up. Sorry, I haven't really drank much coffee yet today. So it's a scroll, and there's like a whole series of these battles, I guess. Yeah, it's a whole thing. I think it's hilarious. Like, it doesn't matter what time period it is. Humans are always the same, and always doing the same stuff. It's just shitposting from an earlier time. It's so good. It's so good. I love it. Like, you know, you go to like a museum of art and they have like prints of like famous paintings and stuff. They should have prints of that. I would buy some and hang them up in my actual house where people could possibly see them if they ever came over. Hokusai is great, you know, the however many views of Mount Fuji it is that he did, that's great. The Great Wave off Kanagawa is great, but at the end of the day, I'd rather people doing fart battles. So this character has kind of like a more like subdued expression, kind of sleepy-eyed a little bit. I don't want to make them too perky. I'm gonna stay on model with this. Yeah, Ainsley, have you not seen that before? It's great. I love it. You could call me an art connoisseur or a fart connoisseur, whatever. Just trying to get the shape of these eyebrows. They're like very rough. It's not going to be like a clean rectangle. Okay, she does have a scar. I wasn't sure if this mark on the nose was a scar or what. I had to check the other references. The other references, there's one that I can't show on stream, so I only pulled one of them just to be sure I don't accidentally bring that one up and get myself banned. Monday is the real monster we've all been hunting all along, it's true. And it's a mean one. I just gotta angle up a little bit. More like that. We're getting there. We're getting there. I've never drawn this character before, so... Fix that. I'm gonna fix the gaze. It'll look great. For the outer corners instead. Tobias is here. He's jingling for everybody. So one issue is none of the references of this character feature them with an open mouth, so I'm not really sure what that looks like for them. So we might go with a closed mouth. Which, I mean, that should be fine. Oh, well, tell Bryce thank you. I drew it myself. I would also tell Bryce to keep on spinning, but he probably wouldn't remember that stupid joke that we made like 20 years ago. Mobile Twitch, oh boy. Well, good luck with that. Sometimes it doesn't work great. Oh, you remember. Oh yeah. Is the hair tied back or is... Okay, yeah, it is. I couldn't tell because this looked kind of like hair. It is not. Yeah, it's fine. As long as we remember. As long as it's preserved somewhere by someone, then it's fine. Okay, there's like a beauty mark over here, but I don't think it's really gonna be... Not really gonna be visible. A scar that comes over like this, and then across the bridge of the nose, it looks like. And then there's another beauty mark down here, and then there's some, looks like freckles on the shoulders. Okay. And there's some more like freckles, but we'll get to that with the coloring. I'm not gonna try to work all that in right now. I also have a full body piece to continue working on. It's not done yet. I gotta put the clothes on, I gotta ink it, I gotta color it. Can't really show the ponytail very well. Guess we'll just have to deal with it. It's not as bad as it was yesterday. Like yesterday here, it was very hot. And it didn't get better until it got dark. But today is a little better, but it's more humid because it's cloudy. So it's kind of like a lateral move, really. don't like humidity. I guess I could kind of have the ponytail coming off to the side a little bit. I hope it's cooler tomorrow. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of summer already. That's one of the reasons why I didn't want to play a game today for stream, because it's hot and I don't want, you know, it's already kind of warm. I don't want to do something that's gonna make my computer even hotter. I mean, I'm aware that computers can handle some amount of heat just because they have current flowing through them, but I don't want to tax it. I don't know if I necessarily want it to be winter again. I don't know if I want to go from one extreme to the other, but I definitely want it to cool down and like stay cooled down. Just give me perpetual fall. I'd be happy with that. Round treats? Oh, dongo. These things. These are dongo. Alright, so since I got that mostly sketched out, I'm going to switch gears and draw clothes on this. I'm trying to accomplish things today. I have to remember... Okay. A t-shirt and jeans. T-shirt and jeans on a Pokemon seems, I don't know, rather plain, but it's not my choice. I feel like if you're a levitating psychic Pokemon, you could wear whatever the fuck you wanted. Nobody could tell you otherwise. Yeah, no footwear needed. Well, if you're a Pokemon, you don't really need shoes anyway. I'm trying to think of any Pokemon that have such delicate little footsies that they would need to wear shoes, and I can't. But I'm not, like, a Pokemon expert, so... I'm gonna do like a lower cut to make it more interesting. Not like a crew neck, but like a lower cut neck. I think that kind of fits it a little better. And that's basically it for sketching out the clothes. That went faster than I anticipated it to. Alright, now we get to the best part of drawing. The part that a lot of people hate, but I love because I'm a sicko. In another life, like another universe, if I ever managed to get like a comics industry job, I probably would have just been an inker, to be honest. Because it's the best part. And anyone that doesn't think so, like, you're entitled to your opinion, but you're also wrong, because it's the best part. This part's a little tricky. I'm not completely satisfied with how I sorted it out. Basically the chin and the jaw is like, the face is very round because this is an Espeon, which has a very round face. And so like there's not a whole lot of chin to work with, but also the angle is slightly raised, as if it's kind of looking down at you a little bit. Which means that you kind of got to show some of that going on. And this is kind of okay, but it's not exactly what I want it to be. And we're just gonna have to kind of deal with that. It's gonna take way too long to sit here and redraw it until it looks good. We're just gonna make it look decent. And then just go with that. Otherwise, I'm gonna sit here all day getting frustrated about it. That's still a weakness of mine, is drawing faces like from above. Like if you're looking up at someone. Hello, Sailor's Tailor. It's, art mission Monday. Doesn't really flow, but you know, whatever. I'm griping about drawing faces from angles that you don't normally see faces from. And I have no one to blame but myself, because I'm the one that chose this pose and this angle. My own fault. Art is hard. Art is hard. The fart of war. Oh, Skelly, you're up in the air. No, not anymore. You were, though. Briefly. This one, I made a pose using the 3D pose thingy for Clip Studio, and then, was looking at that while I drew this. I usually make my own references. Unless it's like something very specific, like, you know, I had Google Images open with Espeon so that I knew what the face looked like and stuff. But except for that, it was basically just one reference. The 3D models in Clip Studio are amazing, and they're super useful. They do have limitations, though. Like, the models are pretty simplified, and they mostly fall under a very anime-esque kind of style, so if you're looking for, like, real, like, anatomical stuff, sometimes it's a bit lacking. They're very stylized. They're similar to those action figures. Not like the wooden ones, the wooden mannequins that suck, but the ones that you sometimes see advertised on like Instagram and stuff. They look like anime action figures, they're just all flesh color. They're like those, but in digital form. So they are a bit stylized. So see, there's poses. And you can like rotate it around, and when you find like the pose that you want, or you can like modify it, you know, and then like move it around and stuff until you get the way you want. And if you want to pose like this, there you go, pose like that, and then you just like take a screenshot of it or open up another file next to it, and then you just draw from that, and you're like, oh, that's how that looks, okay. But they're like really like stylized and kind of simplified, so. And also the way they bend sometimes can be really weird. Like, a body should not necessarily be doing this, but, you know, whatever. So it's more of like a guide, not so much like, you know, obviously this is how it works, do it exactly this way, because yes, it's a Bat brand stylus. Because we don't want certain companies to think that we're trying to infringe on them. See, like, this person is having some issues now. Arms are not supposed to go through the torso, but how it goes in Clip Studio mannequin land sometimes. But yeah, it's a useful tool. It's not perfect. It's not gonna instantly make your drawings great, but it is nice to have, especially built into the software. So if you're just at a loss for how to draw something from a certain angle, you can just kind of make a facsimile of it with this, and then like rotate it around and stuff until you get the way you need to see it and be like, oh, okay, that's how that looks. All right, I got it now. And then you can also you can adjust the light source, like where it's coming from, so you can get some ideas of light sources and shadows for shading, which is also nice. But again, it depends on the model you're using. And the proportions can be weird. Like, these all have really long legs. I've noticed, like, almost all of the models have really long legs. You can download body types. Like, different body types. Like, you can have, like, chibis with different proportions. This is another kind of chibi, which wasn't supposed to spawn back there, but see, it's another kind of chibi. And you can have them look different and stuff. But even then, they're still kind of, like, subject to the constraints of the program and the designers. Like, you'll notice if you go on the Clip Asset Store that there's just a few different kinds of anime person people are really willing to make models of, and little else. If you're looking for something that's really kind of like out there and deviating from the norm, you're probably going to be disappointed. Like, there's more, like, large people, like, larger figures now than there used to be. Like, this guy over here. He's kind of a large lad. Got some weight on him. That's fine. But before, you used to never be able to find these. It was always, like, super skinny or buff anime people. And now you're finding more body variation, like this and like this. But it's still lacking, and they're weirdly proportioned a lot of the time. Like, you can change the proportion on some models, but some of them you can't, and some of them you can only change like the whole body and not like the legs or anything individually. So if you wanted to have somebody that's heavier, you know, they're heavy all around, but they're heavier on the bottom, you might have trouble with that because you're going to end up with a lot of this kind of thing where all the weight is up top and the bottom half is kind of weirdly skinny, which isn't going to be helpful. But yeah, but these things are really cool. I use them fairly often because, you know, trying to figure out a pose entirely on your own can be tricky and frustrating, and it's okay to use reference. And I can use my own reference instead of spending hours in Google Images trying to find like a collection of images that are kind of close to what I'm looking for. Hello, Yvonne. Yes, Skelly inspired me to make the glasses shift between all the different pride flags. And I thought it was cool. And I'm drawing a Pokemon. Yeah, another Poke person. They're pretty popular. People like the Pokas. The Pokas of Mons. About equal width, I think. The side of the collar is kind of weird. Oh my god, it's so humid today. Why? Why does it have to be like this? And this thing is crooked. Whatever this is. Forehead bling. Ugh, I had to call to do some stupid bureaucratic nonsense about my health coverage. It's all cleared up. Turns out one of the mailers that I got saying that it was only a temporary approval was sent out in error, and I'm all set for at least the next year, but it's still stressful, and I hate having to call that place because I'm on hold for like at least 20 minutes before I even talk to a person, and it's not fun, but it's over now. Yeah, you know, all that means testing stuff is just... They make it a hassle on purpose so that you'll give up. And then they won't have to, you know, give you anything. That's the whole point. They're hoping that it'll just be too much trouble for you and you'll just stop. Yeah, when I needed to sign my kid up for healthcare after they were born, I was on hold for at least 45 minutes. Probably longer. And I think at least once the call dropped while I was on hold. So that was fun. Especially since I had like no guidance or advice for what I was doing or how to do it. I was just hoping that somebody could, you know, if I got hold of somebody to actually talk to, they could like direct me or tell me what I was supposed to do or what I was supposed to send to who or whatever. So I was just like really overwhelmed and frustrated and scared, and it sucks. And that's exactly what they want. They want you to be overwhelmed and frustrated and scared so they don't have to give you anything. They can just be like, oh, well, you didn't do this. And it's like, well, you know, you've kind of made it so it's hard to do this on purpose. I don't really like these fingers. I'm hoping that they'll kind of come out in the wash a little bit. Hands. Yeah, it is meant as a punishment. Like, how dare you need help? How dare you ask for help? Caffeinate. Oh, there you are, Calc. I was wondering if you're gonna show up. I was about to go peek my head out the door and see if you were alive. Alright, I am caffeinated for a moment. Well, you've been quiet, so I'm not checking the user list. I don't like have the user list open when I'm streaming, being like, oh, who's here? Is Electrical Longboard here? Is Commander Root here? My best buddies? I don't do that. So I don't know who's here unless you say something. I used to look at the list when I first started out streaming, and then it just made me sad, so I stopped. It was like, oh, who's that? Oh, that's just a bot. Cool. And I was just like, nah. Yeah, if I want to be a real sicko, here, let me put my costume on. Again. Let's go to talk, so it's visible. So this is me with the user list open for the chat, just face pressed against the glass, just fogging it up as I sit there and just be like, ah, oh, yes, there's somebody here, oh my god. Like a true sicko. With Shodan.
Look at you, hacker. A pathetic creature of meat and bone, panting and sweating as you run through my corridors. How can you challenge a perfect, immortal machine?
Thank you, Shodan. Yeah, so the dingus drawing is It's just like a quick, silly doodle.
That final snack, I want you to know I'll be right back. Ha!
Thank you, Skelly, for the 86 biddies and the elf. But yeah, the Dingus Doodle it's a quick kind of like, I guess, like, you could call it like a sketch request. I'll draw, as long as it's toss friendly, I'll draw basically whatever you want on stream in like 20 minutes or less, basically. So it's like a free drawing for channel points, but it's not going to be like the super highest effort or polished. It's just going to be like a quick and dirty kind of thing. Hey, the 4D, 3D, 3D3 is engaged. Alright, let's get rid of this costume again, because it's in the way. We gotta get back to work. Back to work, okay. Oh, Lachlan, look, you're way up there. See, I can almost poke you with the stylus. I'll poke Kalka. There. In the butt. That's cool, I can poke things now. Kind of. It's just bones. You can't feel it, it's just bones. I'll poke Skelly too. There. This thing's cool, I like it. It's a good technology and I'm glad somebody made it. Crack in the bones, you need more calcium. You're too brittle. I will keep it so long as the technology keeps working. I actually need to, probably after stream today, I'm gonna go to the creators' storefront and throw them some money. Because initially I didn't, because I wasn't sure if it was gonna work. You know, I wasn't sure if I was gonna be able to make it work with my setup. And so now that I know that it works, and I've used it for a couple of streams, and people seem to like it, I'm gonna go give them some money as a thank you. Dracula does only like the red ones, that's why they can like forever revive. Wait, isn't there a weapon in Castlevania, in one of the Castlevanias at least, that it can kill the red skeletons permanently so they don't come back? Or am I thinking of something else? I thought there was. You got a new tablet? What kind is it? Tell me, tell me, tell me. Is it like a screen tablet or is it one of the regular ones? Oh no, you lost your stylus? That sucks. I've had a few scares where I thought I lost my stylus. It's always terrible because even if you just buy a replacement, they're expensive. Like 40-50 bucks at least. I was like, no. Yeah, like if someone got me a screen tablet like as a gift, I would not turn it down. But my experience using devices where you can draw on the screen has not been what I would call great. Like I have an Android tablet that I can draw on the screen. It's a Galaxy Note 10.4 2014 edition, and it works fine. The stylus is made by Wacom, so you know it's decent quality. I don't like it. I don't like the sensation of drawing on glass. I don't like the sensation of drawing on a screen. I'm used to using a more traditional graphics tablet. That's what I use now. It's what I've always used. I don't know. Also, I've noticed sometimes when I watch other people use display tablets, there's input lag. Like they'll be drawing and instead of the line immediately coming off of the tip of their stylus, there's like a couple of fractions of a second before the line catches up, and I don't like that at all. If I'm drawing, I want immediate results. I want it to immediately show up. I don't want any kind of lag whatsoever. That would be endlessly frustrating to me. So that's made me kind of leery of dropping hundreds of dollars on a tablet like that if it's just it's gonna be laggy like that. Like, no, I don't want that at all. Well, screen tablets are kind of pricey for being an entry-level tool for people getting into digital art. Screen tablets were originally designed for professionals, like the Cintiqs and stuff. Those were not for somebody just getting into digital art, because when those came out, they cost thousands of dollars. They cost more than a new computer. Nowadays, they're much more accessible, especially with like XP Pen and Hoyon and stuff like that, but still, they're not cheap. Like, if somebody's just getting into digital art, I would not recommend them getting a screen tablet because of the investment. And if you decide you're not going to stick with it, you know, you've sunk hundreds of dollars into a piece of equipment you're not going to use. You could resell it, sure, but you're probably not going to, like, get back everything you spent. Yeah, that's true, Yvonne, but I don't know, I think there is merit to learning how to kind of rewire your brain to be able to follow what you're doing, even if you're not directly looking at your hand. And also, these tablets, these older style tablets without the display, they're sturdier. There's less to break. And if they do break, they're easier to replace. Like, the tablet I had before this one, I had since 2004. The only reason I actually stopped using it was because I got a laptop with an operating system that did not recognize it. It was still perfectly functional. And if the OS would have recognized it, I would have kept using it. So that thing was... it was like... I think it was at least 10 years old by then. Ooh, scratch paper? Yeah, that stuff is cool. And then, yeah, I don't like the texture of, like, for iPads and stuff, like my tablet's not an iPad, it's an Android, but it's still glass. I don't like the texture of drawing on glass, it's too smooth. I'm used to drawing on paper that has a bit of tooth to it. And I like that sensory feedback of some kind of texture, some kind of roughness when I'm drawing. I know there's screen protectors that you can put on, like, iPad and Android tablet screens to give it like a papery texture, but that stuff just eats through nibs. It's like sandpaper on them, so that's another expense that you have to calculate. And then the tablet I have, it doesn't use like an Apple Pen or anything like that. It comes with its own little tiny dinky stylus. It's like 3 inches long and it's super thin. And it's uncomfortable to use, and it's like $50 to replace, because it's Wacom. And I don't even know if you can swap out the nibs on that. I think if the nib wears down, you just gotta buy a whole new one, so... It's not really an option for me, so I just stick with what I know, which is these old-fashioned style tablets. Although, that being said, I don't fault anybody for getting a screen tablet. Like, if you can afford it and you like it, that's great. There is the possibility, now that they're becoming more accessible, when it's time for me to upgrade from this thing, like it wears out or whatever, I might, depending on like reviews and stuff, I might get a tablet with a screen. Like a XP Pen or something like that, but I don't know yet. I've only had this thing since 2015, so I'm hoping it's not gonna bite the dust anytime soon. It's not that old. It is kind of worn out though. Like it's all beat up. They use it so much. Yeah, technology is a tricky thing to navigate. There's so many options, and it's overwhelming, and then not all the options are great for everybody. And sometimes, like, one of the things I would like is to be able to go somewhere and test out different screen tablets, like display models, and like give them like a test drive to see which ones feel good and which ones don't, see what the input lag time is and stuff like that. But there's not really anywhere I can do that, which it's kind of a bummer. Because if you're gonna be spending that kind of money, you'd like to try it before you buy it, right? E621, thank you for the follow. That number, that letter and number sound familiar to me, though. For reasons I'm not gonna discuss. Rav. So, Espeon's got tiny little baby feet. Just small. Barely there. So I have to make these look like feet that can actually support this thing's weight, but I'm also going to make them very dainty and tiny. Also, like, a psychic Pokemon can, like, float around, so they don't really need to be walking. They can have those delicate little baby feet. It's fine. I mean, you can just sprinkle MSG onto anything you'd put salt on. It's just a savory, meaty salt. That's literally all it is. It's just salt with glutamic acid bound to it. MSG is so good. MSG is just flavor. I mean, you feel that way, but you've already eaten a ton of MSG, I'm sure, if you've ever had like chips or tomatoes or mushrooms or meat. We had anchovy veggie pizza the other day. And it was so good. And anchovies are basically just MSG in fish form. And it's delicious. I haven't had anchovy pizza in so long, I missed it. Oh, that's not right. How do pants crotch go? If you like salty fish, then you'll probably like anchovies, because that's basically all they are. They're very salty, they're a little bit fishy, they're very savory, they're a little bit oily. They go perfectly on a veggie pizza. If you have them on a pizza with like other meats, especially like pepperoni or sausage or anything, they get overwhelmed and it gets way too salty. But if you have something that's like fresher and, you know, lighter, like veggies, like peppers and onions and olives and stuff like that, anchovies are like perfect. It's a nice counterbalance because the oils and the salts from the anchovies, during baking, they kind of like meld into the cheese, and it's just really, really good. But I really like fish, and I also like salty things. I've always loved anchovies ever since I was a kid. Also, if you like, I can't remember, is it, I think it's, Caesar dressing. Caesar dressing has, most of the time, if it's like an authentic Caesar dressing, it has anchovy in it. That's one of the ways that you get that really strong, savory umami flavor from it, is that it has, basically anchovy paste. So if you like a good Caesar dressing on salad, you'll probably like anchovies. You can get Caesar dressing that doesn't have anchovies, for like people with allergies and stuff, but it's not nearly as good. Hydrate. Alright, I only have coffee, so we're hydrating with coffee, which is mostly water, so it counts. I want my animated emotes. I don't want to wait until the end of the year. I don't want to. I want them now. Although, I did find out that when we affiliates finally get our animated emotes later this year, we get 5 slots, 5 new slots, so we don't have to like swap out our existing emotes. We just get 5 more slots. So that's really cool. I was worried for a bit, because I couldn't find information on it anywhere. I was worried for a bit that we were just gonna have to like use the slots we already had and swap out static emotes for animated ones. But I asked Hozarino, and they said that no, you just get 5 more slots, so. So I'm pretty stoked about that. I just need to figure out what I'm gonna do. Yeah, Caesar dressing has anchovies usually. Some of them don't, but they're not as good. But I guess if you're like allergic to fish or something, then that's an option. But like if you like a really, just, I don't know, anchovies are just, they're just flavor. They're just flavor. They're just these little fillets of flavor. And because they're so processed, they just kind of like fall apart. Like, they just dissolve when you eat them. They're so good. Alright, Lachlan, well, thanks for stopping by. Twitch mobile does suck, so I don't blame you. Yeah, unless you like really want like a super salty pizza, ask for light on the anchovies so that they don't like overwhelm it. Especially if it's a pizza place that doesn't normally do anchovy pizzas, because they might not know what a good ratio is. And it's very easy to overwhelm a pizza with anchovies if you're not careful. Alternatively, you could just buy a can of anchovies from the store and get like a frozen veggie pizza and kind of put them on as you want before you bake it. And then you can figure out what the good ratio is for you. And I think I'm gonna do that too, because ordering out is expensive and I don't do it a whole lot. But I want anchovy pizza more often. I don't know what it's like in your neck of New England, Yvonne, but I know around here there's very few pizza places that even offer anchovies. It took us a while to find one. Most of them don't, like it's not even on the menu, which kind of sucks, but whatever. I guess it's not a popular topping here. Okay, this segment feels longer than this one, so I think we need to extend this. Kind of like that. lengthen, exactly. Because, like, this one's, like, bent, so it's already pretty long. So if you straightened it out, it would be closer to this length. I just don't want it to look weird. I'm trying to make it look professional. Trying. Yeah, around here you don't even have to go to places like Domino's or Pizza Hut or anything. You can just go to like any like mom and pop pizza place because they're everywhere. I don't think I've ever had New York pizza. I mean, I've never been to like New York proper. Except for that one time that we had to transfer between trains on the way to Memphis. That doesn't count though, that was just in the train station in Albany. It must be hard for you then, Yvonne, like, being anywhere else and trying the pizza and just being like, this isn't right. Big and floppy. Alright, now I gotta pull up reference of Espeons again. Friend Cheesecake, thank you for following. I'm looking up reference right now, just give me a second. Why does this have to be a WebP image? I can't open that in Clip Studio. Please don't do this. I hate WebP images. Not even because they're bad, just because I can't open them in Clip Studio. Like, if they're gonna force me... Sorry, big truck. If they're gonna force me to use WebP images, then they can at least, like, make it more compatible with things. Alright, so the eyes are purple. Oh no, I want that above the sketch layers. Deep dish pizza is a casserole, it's not a pizza. It's a pizza casserole. It's like mostly bread. What the fuck? Oh, thank you. I made them myself. And then I was inspired to make them strobe like this between the 8 different versions that I made. I haven't had a cauliflower crust pizza yet. I would like to try one, but I don't see them around that often, and then, like, the frozen ones I've seen are kind of expensive. And I'm a cheapskate. Oh, it's fine, Sailor's Taylor. You're not obligated to be active in the chat. You know, you gotta eat to live, so. Yeah, I'm not sure how well they hold together when being moved around from frozen form to baking. I've never dealt with them before, but I would not mind trying one someday. Well, I'll still be here for a bit, Sailor's Taylor, so, you know, when you're done. Stretch break, alright. Depending on how much work I get done on these things, I want to draw like some legs for my model that are just like up on the desk, like kicking back. I want to do that for like chill times. So I might try to do that today, I don't know. Oh, congrats on the new PC. Hell yeah. My PC says that it is VR ready, but I don't do VR, so. I didn't get it to do VR with. I did it because it was cheaper than trying to buy a video card on its own and put it into my 10-year-old computer. Your room smells like a panther's cage? That's an interesting way to put that. But hey, at least, you know, you're getting a workout, right? Also, how do you know what a panther's cage smells like? I'm curious now. Oh. Oh, okay. The big cat musk. Yeah, coloring scribble sounds great. Well, Kalka, if you ever wanted to try it, they have VR sets for PlayStation. They're not as good, but it's cheaper than getting a VR-ready PC and a headset and trackers and stuff. balls to the wall and pedal to the metal. Wow. Going all out. Damn. Don't hurt yourself. Did you have any issues with VR sickness? That's my main concern, other than, you know, the expense of VR equipment, is I get motion sickness. I've had issues with getting nauseated from video games that weren't even like VR, like, so my concern is that it would make me sick. That's cool. Well, I'm glad that you didn't have to have any kind of adjustment period to deal with that. Okay, the inside of the ears is a dark blue, not like a purple. It's a good thing I pulled up reference, otherwise I would have made it the wrong color. I haven't had a pina colada in a long time. Yvonne, have you considered maybe messing with your refresh rate on your monitor? Sometimes that can help with eye strain and stuff. I don't remember what the number is, but I think it's supposed to be around 60 or 65 for comfort level. Also, check your brightness settings. Sometimes if you have it too high, it can be really, really harsh on your eyes without you even realizing it. All that blue light just beaming into your face all the time. Yeah, different refresh rates can affect you differently, and it's hard to tell what's gonna do what unless you actually like play around with them. I don't remember what mine is set to. I want to say it's like 65 or something like that. I don't remember. But maybe not, because I have a new monitor now, so... I should probably look into that. But I'll do it later. I don't want to do it right now. I saw something for like pads or something that are supposed to be like more hygienic for VR headsets. Like they have like anti-microbe stuff or something, because I guess VR headsets can get kind of grody after a while. Which isn't even something I ever considered, but I guess it's a thing. I guess with being strapped to your face and you get like sweaty and stuff, that makes sense. The real world leaking into your VR. That's a God forbid. Ugh. The whole point of VR is to get away from that. Once reality leaking into their experience grows. You can get one of those haptic vests. They have like vests where like if someone touches you in VR and you have like colliders, like in VR chat or something, like you feel it. You get like feedback. I have no idea how much the haptic stuff costs, though. I'm imagining it's very expensive. Seems like a very niche product. Yeah, I agree. It's still very nascent technology. And, you know, there's people that are adopting it because, you know, they just want any kind of new technology and stuff like that. But yeah, it needs some more development and needs to come down in price. But then we've got that whole thing with, you know, computer parts and technology and materials like being in short supply and stuff like that. So we'll see how it goes. Alright, since I don't want to futz with the, I wish people in their noisy vehicles would stop driving down this road. I don't want to futz with the line art for the chin and stuff, so I'm just going to use shading to create that illusion and make it look a little less awkward and thumb-like. That's what I usually do. That's my shortcut. See, now it kind of looks better, and I'm not like awkwardly like messing with the lines over and over again to get it to look like not terrible. That's my little cheat. I just do that with the shadows, and it's like, oh yeah, you know, it's just the underside of the chin. Imagine uploading your consciousness to VR chat, but it's only the worst worlds in VR chat where people are being awful. And you can't go to the good worlds, or you can't make private worlds. That'd be good, like a good like short horror story for like Twilight Zone or something. Stuck in a public instance of the Black Cat Tavern in VR chat. Oh no. I think that's what that world is called. The one where people are always being either like really lewd on main or saying slurs. Oh yeah, the Crasher avatars. I always turn down those settings. I turn off all the special stuff for avatars unless people are like my friends. Because I've had that happen to me a couple times. Back when Eurofronts was doing the virtual con and I was on public instances, there were a few times that people did that. It was annoying. Also, some avatars are just obnoxious and they lag you out. Not on purpose, not to be malicious, but just because there's just so much shit going on, and if you don't, like, turn off all the special shaders and particle effects and stuff, it's just gonna lag you out. And people don't really consider that when they take those into a public space. They're just like, hey, look at my flashy avatar. And it's like, not everybody can handle that. Please don't. Oh yeah, there's... This is like a gem, I think. I think it's a gem. I'm not sure. It reminds... There's like a creature in... I think it's Magic Knight Ray Earth. I think. It's some kind of clamp property, but I don't remember which one. It's like a white... It looks like a... It looks kind of like a Clefairy, but white, and then it has like a red gem on its forehead, and that's what this reminds me of. This thing. I don't remember what it's called, though. It might not be Ray Earth, it might be something else, but I don't know. I didn't follow clamp stuff super closely. That needs to be a little darker. Look at those tiny feet. So small. There's nothing there. It kind of makes me wish that I could have gotten away with just drawing the feet like that, and the hands too. It's just little nubs. It would be less work. You got a good question? What's the good question? Gao, you're here. Okay, so does it have to be somebody who is no longer alive? Oh yeah, I forgot you were getting that inspection done today. How did it go? Or do you want to save that for like DMs or whatever? Okay, so it doesn't have to be somebody who's dead. Alright. Well, that opens up the options, but I'm still probably gonna pick somebody who's dead. So, personally, I am more of a fan of illustrative work than paintings. Paintings are great, and I admire anybody who's good at paintings. But specifically for tattoos, I don't find that painterly necessarily works out the best, just because of the nature of the medium. Also, since I do illustration and I'm not that much of a painter, I prefer illustrative styles. I prefer line work because that's like where my head is at as far as that stuff goes. Um, so I'm thinking I can't settle on just one option, so I'm gonna throw a couple at you. I just need to think about it for a minute. Remember names. So I'm probably gonna say most like stereotypical choice for me would probably be Mucha. Like he did a lot of Art Nouveau kind of like stuff, like lady holding absinthe and shit like that. Um, and there's also Ivan Bilibin, who did a similar kind of illustrative style, a lot of Slavic folklore kind of stuff. Um, he did like things like the Baba Yaga and stuff like that. Of course, there's Hokusai. Um, God, a lot of trucks passing by. There's Katayama Bokyo, who was another woodblock artist who did some really nice pieces, very detailed but also very soft. Um, Mobius, like the Mobius, the sci-fi illustrator. Big fan of him. And who else? Leyendecker, actually. That's one painter that I would probably be cool with getting a tattoo of, because he did some excellent work. Those are probably my top choices as far as something like that goes. Personally, when it comes to tattoos, I prefer getting my own work done on myself. Because I'm very much a control freak. And I like to make sure that the design is exactly the way I want it. But if I were magically able to commission a design from any of these artists that I listed off without like becoming instantly destitute in the process, then I would get something done by one of them and then have it tattooed. Oh hell yeah, imagine getting like a back piece of like a Goya. Holy shit. Or a Geiger, you know. That'd be badass. I would also say, for like more contemporary artists, Ayami Kojima, who did a lot of the designs for like Castlevania Symphony of the Night, Dawn of Sorrow, Aria of Sorrow. I would get some of her work done. Although that might be difficult because the way she works is she does a lot of like impasto kind of painting where it's like very thick layers of medium. So it's actually got kind of like a three-dimensional effect because she's just piling on thick amounts of paint and stuff. I don't know how well that would translate into a tattoo. Probably not very well, but... Oh, hell yeah. Somebody should do that. Somebody should get that done. That would be so expensive, though. You'd spend so many hours in that chair. Because in order to get the proper, like, chiaroscuro effect of it, you have to have, like, the solid black backdrop. And that would just be a lot of black work to be getting done. That would probably easily be, like, at least 6 to 12 sessions completed. Oh yeah, Miro would be good too. Oh, I know, I've read all of Berserk. All of Berserk that exists anyway. Since it never got finished. And then the clothes are just being raided. Raided by Holly, oh my god. Comfy raid. Hello, Holly. Thank you for the raid. What were you up to? What were you drawing? How did it go? Tell me all about it. Welcome, raiders. Oh, rough starts as long as it works out. Cute werewolf, that's awesome. Well, thank you for the raid, I appreciate it. And thank you for the follow. And also thank you Olympian834 for the follow. Welcome in, raiders. If this is your first time here, I'm Extinct Inks. You can call me Extinct or Inks or Bat or whatever. I am a full-time freelance artist. I do this for a living. I am a part-time streamer and VTuber. I made my model that you see on the screen right now, and I made these cool strobing sunglasses that are going through 8 different pride flags at the moment. Right now, I'm working on commissions. Normally, I stream games like Monster Hunter or Terraria or something on Mondays, but I have work to do, so I'm doing work. We're working on this Espeon Poke Sona right now. The flat color, full body illustration. You might hear some road noise in the background because people like to go real fast in big trucks next to my house. We're also doing Pride YCH avatars. This one is in progress. I can show you some that I've done in the past. I did one for Villain. The popsicle is kind of overlapping the layers, but I did a piece for Villain, if you know Villain. I did one for Skelly. This is the most recent one that I did. So I do furry, I do humans, I do monsters, I do original characters, I do fan art, I do all kinds of stuff. I even do spicy, not safe for work art, but I can't do that on Twitch. Okay, let's catch up with the notifications. PopRocks20, the Jordanator, NN24HD. Thank you all for the follows. Thank you BDragon28 for gifting that tier 1 sub to Holly. Appreciate that. And thank you, Holly. I appreciate that as well. Thank you for the compliment. enjoy those emotes. I do not have animated emotes yet, but we will eventually. And I'm looking forward to it. And I'm very mad that I don't get them yet. I want them right now. Thank you for gifting another sub to an N24HD. Appreciate that. Thank you for the generosity. But yeah, today we're just having kind of a low-key, chill, trying to get stuff done stream. My queue has been moving slower than I care for it to move lately, and I'm just trying to get stuff out of the way, especially since next month, which is almost upon us, it's Art Fight, and I want to participate in Art Fight because I do every year. And if I have a full queue, it makes it hard to do that. Oh, that's the wrong layer too. We're doing the wrong layer. Uh-oh. Well, honestly, like, sometimes you go to somebody's stream and you forget to hit the follow button and you're like, oh, I'll just do it, you know, later or whatever, and you just totally forget. It happens. I've done it before too. Alright, then we gotta do the clothes. And the clothes are just simple black t-shirt and blue jeans. So that will not take any time at all. Oh no, your Wi-Fi, I'm sorry. I'm sorry your Wi-Fi is choosing to do a violence against you. And I am an absolute sicko who does most of my colors on one layer because I don't feel like clicking through a bunch of layers because I'm lazy. So that's why I have to be careful about filling stuff in. So, Holly, if you're still here, have you posted your werewolf anywhere? I want to see it. If not, I guess I can just go look at the VOD, but I want to see. Yeah, layers are they're a minefield. Like, even though I said, oh, I don't want to click through a bunch of layers, I still have, like... I have, like, 7 layers for this one. I mean, like, half of them are sketch layers, but... Which I can actually turn off. I don't need those anymore. What's a good denim color? That's denim-y enough. I never use the wand. That's my secret. I never use the wand. I should. It would probably, like, streamline my workflow, but I just don't. For most of my career, I used traditional media, and there's no magic wand, so I just never got in the habit of using it. I just color everything in as if I'm drawing on paper. So, like, for this, or I'm doing all of these on the same document. So I mean, I've named a lot of the layers and put them in folders, but I have well over 60 layers in this document because I've drawn different things in the same piece instead of making new files for everything. Oh yeah, here's another one that I did. I didn't name that folder, it's just folder 1. This. Here's another Pokesona that I did. And the blue alien from the Eiffel 65 music video from the early 2000s. But yeah, I've got like a bunch of different layers on this. Just because I don't feel like sorting through a bunch of files. Yeah, there's no magic wand in real life, unfortunately. It would be great if I could just tap on something and select all of it. It'd be great if there was a Control Z in real life too. That would have saved me a lot of time. Or a lasso tool. Or the ability to transform things and like scale them up, or scale them down, or stretch them out. Transform is great. It really saves time. The only problem for me is that I use a really textured brush most of the time. So sometimes the transform tool can actually make that kind of like not look so great. But that's my fault for using a textured brush instead of something very smooth. Speaking of which, we're gonna go back in and we're gonna tighten up some of these lines. Some of them are a little too fuzzy. We don't want that. One of the reasons why for a long time I didn't really jive well with digital media was because I don't really, so like this G pen brush, right? I don't like the super smooth manufactured look of this kind of a brush in digital art. I don't like it. It's not a look that I like. I prefer things like this. It looks like it's on paper with texture. So I gravitate towards these textured brushes. It's just a preference thing. One is not better than the other, unless you're doing like vector art, in which case you want it to be smooth. But yeah, I prefer things with a lot of crunch to them. I feel like it makes it feel more hand-drawn. But that might just be because of my background using traditional media. I was very much an ink gremlin. I like to do ink on paper on Bristol. I liked it to have a little bit of a texture to it. Yeah, I don't do vectors very often because it's like drawing with math and I'm not really compatible with that, but it does seem like vectors really lend themselves to everything being very smooth. And I'm not a smooth world person. I like things to be a little grittier. Oh, there we go. Alright. And then what I like to do, I like to color my lines. And I do use the G pen for this just because I'm just going over areas. I just like to color them in. I don't know why I like to do this, I just like the effect. It feels more polished to me. For some reason, I don't know why. Because it's like the simplest thing. So this is just a flat color piece, so this isn't very nearly done. I don't really have to do a whole lot more to it. I could add a few more details, like that seam that's usually on the side of denim pants. I'll probably add that. I might add the hint of a pocket up here. But yeah, for the most part, this one is basically done. I'm gonna save. I actually don't think I've saved since I started working on it today. We're gonna hop back over here and get our appropriate reference up again. Welcome back, Gal. What are you eating? Tell me what you're eating. And I think I'm just gonna start going in with the inks. I don't know. But like I said when I got that follow, I recognize that letter and number combination. I'm not gonna say why. Oh yeah, not having a display at the right level for how you look at it can make a big difference. Like you really need to line it up properly. Hey Flawless, what's up? Chillin'? Taking a break from Minecraft? I think I'm gonna modify the shape of the bangs a little bit. Oh yeah, thank you. Skelly inspired me to do this actually, because Skelly used the PNGs to do this for their static avatar on stream. And I was like, oh, that's right, I can actually do this in VTube Studio. So I did it. Oh, did I miss something? Oh yeah, thank you, Gal. Yeah, you can check me out over on Twitter, and that will basically link to most of my stuff. You can also just go to extinctinks.net, and that's my main site and portfolio, which also has a bunch of links to various socials that I use. I don't use a whole lot of them other than Twitch. Like, I use Twitter, I use Mastodon, and I occasionally post to Pillow Fort, and that's basically it. I don't use Instagram, I don't use Facebook, I don't use TikTok. I have an Instagram account, but I don't use it because I hate having to upload from my phone. And also it's run by Facebook, and I don't like that. Oh, and I use Discord. Yeah, gross book, indeed. There is a way. If you use Hootsuite, you can do that, but it's still a pain in the ass, and it doesn't allow for multiple image uploads. That's what I used to use, and then I was just like, you know what? I'm tired of this. And the algorithm is against me anyway, so I'm just gonna stop bothering. I used to use the inspect page thing, but it doesn't work anymore. At least not for me. Yeah, last time I tried it, it didn't work at all, so... But again, the algorithm was against me, so it wasn't really worth the time or the effort anyway. I've peeked into the advice people give for how to actually, like, try to work within the algorithm, and it's just so much effort that I'm not willing to put into it. For the love of God, trucks, please go away. This is not a highway. This is a residential road. Oh, the Discord link expired? What? Alright, let me check it out. You get to see my cartoon arm doing nothing. Oh, that's weird. Oh. It's on streamer mode, so I can't see anything. Oh, it did expire. That's weird because that's one that I set to never expire. Discord, what are you doing? I will have to update the bot, but that is a working Discord link. But thank you for letting me know, because that's it's a bit of a complication. I'm not sure, honestly. It's entirely not a big deal. Alright, it's updated. All set. Yep. That's the new link. What is concerning is that Discord just disabled the one that I had been using, because I set that to never expire. It should not have expired. So I'm not sure what happened. That would explain why people haven't been, like, popping in, like, after streams or, like, when I'm posting about movie nights on the Fetty, because apparently the link didn't work. But nobody bothered to tell me about it. Like, Discord, what are you doing? Alright, so since the hair is pulled up in a ponytail, I want a little bit of texture, like where the hair gets pulled and it kind of ripples a little bit. Get a bit more of like a unkempt look. Why is Lucy greeting people in the Discord but not in the stream right now? Oh yeah, let me turn streamer mode back on. How do I do that? How do I turn it back on? I don't know. How do I use this? How do I open this PDF? Okay, I did it. There we go. Sorry, boomer moment. Yeah, I got it. I got it. Yeah, well, whatever. Discord having a normal one as usual. It could be that the bot detects API changes to your Discord account, like when you go into streamer mode, and interprets that as streaming. I don't know. I don't know how any of this works. How do computer work? Imagine knowing how technology works. Imagine technology working the way it's supposed to. Hey, when does Jeff Bezos go to space again? Asking for a friend. July 20th. Oh, okay. Not soon enough. Yeah, he can just stay there, honestly. He's not going to space, he's going to, like, the upper atmosphere for some reason. Him and his brother, I don't know why. But honestly, they can stay there. He doesn't need to come back. Yeah, the edge of space. Why? I don't know. Rich people things, I guess. I know, wouldn't it be so like messed up and sad if something terrible happened to him in Minecraft? Wink. I can't actually wink, but imagine I did. It sure would be terrible if his rocket exploded with him inside in Minecraft. Jeff Bezos is edging space. Oh my god. Ugh, that's disgusting. But yeah, like, he can stay there. He doesn't need to come back. The world has very much moved beyond the need for Jeff Bezos, to be honest. He can just go away. Just drift away forever. Why must everything cost money? That is a good question. The answer is that's a capitalism. Why money indeed? Why have we not progressed beyond the need for money? I should make that a soundbite. I should get the little clip too. I should just get like a video clip of it and then just have that pop up. I mean, we have... I think we have it on the soundboard. No, I'm pulling up my own stream and rushing to mute it before it starts playing. Yeah, we got it on here.
That's a capitalism.
There we go. It is fun to draw. Like, I complain about drawing all the time, but at the same time, like, if I have nothing to do, I will often just draw. I'll just default to drawing. Alright, so... No, I think the skin is just that pink. Looks like. Maybe just a little bit less. But for the most part, I was making sure it wasn't something necessarily unique to this piece, but the skin is just pretty pink. So we're gonna go with that. What kind of communes? The Jordanator, like religious sect communes or just general like mutual aid syndicalism kind of communes? Because some of those can get pretty wacky if you're not careful, and you could get sucked into something you don't want to be. Yeah, be careful about that. Uh-oh, thunderstorm. Oh, no. Oh, that's right, this is on multiply, we don't want that. We want it back to normal, whatever that means. Normal is a setting in the NVIDIA control panel, it's true. I've seen it. That is my edgy teen Hot Topic bumper sticker. Because I don't think my washing machine actually has a normal setting, so I can't use that one. Oh, okay, Portland, that makes sense. The Pinot Wee, as Flawless calls it. So I'm not just gonna do solid black hair, because that just loses all the details. That is too purpley brown. I feel like that's too dark. That'll do. Oh no, I gotta fill that in. Sometimes you have trouble reading your own line art and remembering what parts are to be filled in and what parts aren't. It happens. I don't have any Beyblades, otherwise I would. I could always get I could get some GIFs of Beyblades in action and just let them loose on the screen. I've never played Beyblade before, so I don't really know how it works. I'm sorry you're not feeling very good, Yvonne. Have a good lurk. Hope you feel better. In Avant's case, I wonder if this cruddy weather we're having is contributing to it. Like, right now, it's overcast and humid, warm, but it feels like it's like threatening to storm, but it never quite gets there. Maybe there's some barometric pressure stuff going on, I don't know. I'm not a meteorologist. I just know that weather in this region can be a butt sometimes. A lot of the time. Most of the time. Like yesterday, it was ridiculously hot and humid, and the day before, it was also ridiculously hot and humid. I think the eyes are red. Yes. They're a little pinkish here, but in the other images, they're more red. Clothes. Basically the same, lots of neutral tones. Doot doot. Hell yeah. So this is for the arm. It's called Spud Tablet. If you look up Spud Tablet, I don't have a convenient link for it. It's free. It's pay what you want, and basically you have it running in the background behind the program you're using, and it syncs up to the cursor of your mouse, whatever mouse input you're using. It doesn't actually track your hand movements. It's just tracking where the cursor is, and then it's kind of calculating based on that. And you can, it comes with its own artwork for the arm and the hand, but you can make your own like I did. But yeah, it's cool. It had an issue at first where it was using like way too many resources, but then there was an update released that allows you to set the FPS and kind of refines the resource usage so it's not using like 90% of your GPU like it used to for some people. But I like it. It's a cool little novelty thing. There's also a version for controllers, and then there's another version for that just came out for mouse and keyboard that is still very clunky. Yeah, I've only seen a few people using this, which is a little disappointing because it's very cool. But at the same time, I imagine that depending on how powerful and how old your computer is, it might not be practical for some people. Especially if you're using it on top of like a VTubing avatar and stuff like that. It seems to work fine for me, but I do have a newer computer that I just got a couple months ago. I also set it to 30 FPS instead of 60. Just so that it's not eating up a lot of resources. Yeah, I feel like it's just like a cool novelty thing. Kind of adds a little bit more visual interest to what's going on. It's a lot cheaper than a Leap Motion tracker, that's for sure. And I don't think it runs as hot as those things do, because I've heard those things can get pretty hot. Those Leap Motions. Why am I not doing this with symmetry on? Leaping into hot. Yeah, reactive avatars are a perfectly fine and valid option. Like, I've even seen people go from using live 2D models like this one or fully 3D models back to using reactive images instead. I'm not sure why, but I've seen it done. And they're much easier to set up, honestly, and cheaper. Like, you just need 2 PNGs. Yeah, or sorry, big truck. Or if you're playing a game that's very resource intensive and your computer is not going to play well with having thing. Yeah, I cut out because a big truck was passing by. It was sparing you from the clanky road noise. That's why I use push to talk, because otherwise you just hear every fucking truck that drives by. But yeah, some games don't play well with face rigging softwares, even if you have 3070 like I do. And reactive images are a good alternative to that, so you can still have like an interactive kind of avatar on the screen, but it's not gonna cause you to drop frames all over the place. I have seen people that have used guests like proper models, like live 2D or 3D models when they're guesting on their streams. I've seen it done. And amazingly, it was pretty smooth. I'm not sure how they accomplished that, but yeah, that's definitely not a typical situation, and I have no idea how they got around to doing it. Oh, yeah, Rara had somebody else on there, yeah. I'm not sure what the method is for that, or how to get it to run well, because it seems like you'd be more likely to have it run like shit. The Jordanator, I'm in the same boat. That's why I made my own model instead of commissioning someone to do it. Taught myself how to use Live 2D and rig this thing. And then I have another one, and then I have one that I am working on that's like halfway done, and then I have one that I need to start. I just don't have the money to pay like $250, $300 for a live 2D model, or even more for like a fully 3D one. Alright, what were the flag colors for this? I should check. Video digest reveals. Oh god, that's so complicated. I mean, it's a cool effect, don't get me wrong, but that's like so much work. Okay, so the Dongo are non-binary colors. And the popsicle is going to be pan. Yeah, 3D is tricky, especially since even if you do have the money, a lot of people that do like 3D model commissions are closed most of the time. So you gotta be really lucky to catch them when they're open for commissions. Yes, it's a pansicle, exactly. You got it. Yeah, the buying a pre-made model and modifying it is also an option, but if you really want something that's, you know, completely your design, sometimes it's not quite there yet. If you have something really unusual and you can't find a model for it, like it took me forever to find a bat model to use in VR chat. Forever. Oh god, Blender, yeah. I still only know how to use Blender in order to retexture a model. I don't know how to do anything else in it. The only time I ever had any, like, luck or fun sculpting in 3D was using Sculptrice, which is like a free version of ZBrush. And even that was very clunky for me. I didn't really know what I was doing. I actually made something, but I didn't really know what I was doing. I wasn't looking at tutorials or anything, I was just screwing around. Oh no, how come your internet's down? Is there a storm or something? Oh, yeah. Well, that sucks. I'm sorry. Like, what are you even paying them for? Alright, so that's the popsicle. Yeah, eat the landlord. What Gal said. Well, I wish you the best of luck on your endeavor to get rid of the bad landlord situation in your life. That's the worst. You gonna make me rip it? You threatening me? Yes, but that redeem makes me do it on command. That means you get to control when I'm doing that. Oh, so it's like a whole family running this thing. I see. It's not like you could even like complain about one to the others because they're all gonna have each other's backs. That sucks. Oh, I'm sorry you're dealing with that. Oh, hey, that's good. Hopefully you won't have to save up for too long, and you'll be able to yeet those people out of your life very soon. I don't know if I'm supposed to draw the bandage. Didn't say anything about the bandage. But I do need to add the scars. Oh yeah, that's right. Can't really see them now. There we go. Well, thank you, Skelly. We got that lo-fi girl stuff going right now. I didn't feel like digging for music to listen to. I'm lazy. Ah, wrong button. I'm sentenced to computer hell. Oh no. Oh no. What happens in computer hell? Oh yeah. I forgot about that. Also, do I have ham stuck in my CD drive? And no cheese to get it out with? That seems like a computer hell thing. stream avatars made a sound? Oh. The sprites are farting. People so rarely. Okay, we're good. For a second, it was telling me that it's not responding when I'm saving. So I was like, ah, fuck. But it's fine. I think I was just trying to do too many things while it was saving, and it was like, oh, hold on a second. Wow. There's like a whole selection of fart noises, huh? It's not just one. Alright, so what I'm seeing is this character wears a lot of grays and neutral tones, so I'm gonna go with that. I might lighten the backdrop I'm using just a bit. Just so we can see the contrast. That is one gassy skeleton, damn. Where, I mean, I guess we have answered the question, do it fart, but where do skeleton fart come from? Okay, a soft green for the background. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it could be the magic sneaking out. Soft green, soft green. What would be a soft green? I guess that's a soft green, right? That's a pretty soft green to me. The rain is here! Huzzah! I don't think I'm gonna have time to make the little leggies that I wanted to make. I guess I'll have to do them off stream. Oh well. That's okay. Not a big deal. Alright, so this one is mostly done. I guess I should add like a little drop shadow. There, the illusion of levitating. Quick and easy. Just make a very squished oval and make it dark and put it underneath the feet. And there you go, it's floating. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Alright, well, we're coming up on 3 hours. I cannot go longer today because I'm going to be doing some solo parenting tonight. Thank you, Tobias, for the noise. And I can't stream while I'm watching my kid. It's not really a practical solution. So, I'm going to call it. We're going to go ahead and raid. We're gonna raid Friendon, a friend of mine, amazing artist, made an enormous pack of Clip Studio brushes that is just perfection. The one that I use most of the time, this gritty brush I use for my lines, this is a Friendon brush. So we're gonna go see what he's up to, probably some kind of art. Thank you everybody who stopped by. Thank you everybody who followed. Thank you to Holly for the raid. Really appreciate that. Thank you for the subs. And as always, thank you for spending time with me. I appreciate that a whole lot. More than you probably know. So I will be back on Thursday as usual. Probably doing art, possibly playing a game, who knows. What I do on stream is a little more in flux lately than it used to be. Because sometimes I find that I feel like doing one more than the other. We had a chill time today, and now we're gonna go and see what other kind of chill art times we can find. And I'll see y'all around. Take care. Alrighty, y'all, here we go. Stay safe.